Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Beatrice Hyppolite and this is your world. Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new episode of Your World with Dr. Beatrice Hyppolite. Today we are honored to have with us a special guest, and the subject that we're gonna talk about is pretty impressive as well, a very important one: Black boys and mental health. Without even saying more, so let me introduce to everybody my special guest, Mr. Mahess Bennett. I said it right?
You did.
Okay, so welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I would like, for you to tell the viewers who you are.
Who am I? Ooh, that's a good question. Who am I? Again, my name is Mahess Bennett. I'm a father, a veteran. I'm also a teacher at Francis Lewis High School in Queens. I'm a social worker. I'm an artist. I'm a writer. A published author, husband, and Black man.
I like that. A Black man in the house.
Yes, ma'am.
And you said that you are a veteran. So how many years did you serve?
I actually served 20 years. 20 years exactly. No more, no less.
20 years.
Yes, I actually joined in 2001, in March of 2001, and my last week before I graduated advanced individual training, I was about to go to Germany. I had orders for Germany, and 9/11 happened. So I joined the year of 9/11. September came around, I was in AIT, and I was about to take my family to Germany, and my orders changed to Fort Hood because 9/11 happened. And if you know, Fort Hood is a more infantry-heavy unit and deploys. So we went from a relaxing duty station to a more deployment-heavy duty station. So yeah, and then in 2004, we ended up deploying to Iraq, and so that's where we are.
Oh, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your support. I appreciate that.
Okay, so, and I've noticed you also have a non-profit organization.
Yes, it's called Art of Valor Incorporated, and we do art therapy for veterans. It's for anyone, but it's focused on veterans because we want to help our veterans deal with some of the trauma and depression and PTSD that they may experience. And even if you're not suffering from that, just to help veterans have a place that they can go to express themselves artistically.
Okay, so you already know you will have to come back to the show because that will be a great subject to talk about and to inform everybody about, because not too many people, they know the word veterans, but they don't really know the service, the time that they put,
and what they go through,
what they go through, and the services that they may be looking for while they are nowhere to be found. So it's very important.
Yeah, actually, veterans, they also sometimes people, not just veterans, but people who are going through different trauma, they don't have a way to express themselves, or they may feel uncomfortable expressing themselves a certain way. So that's why I bring art therapy in a way that they can use a different method. Maybe they may not want to do a therapy session where it's vocal. So sometimes you use an art, and you don't have to be an artist to do art therapy. You can do art therapy through just expressing yourself through colors, through collages and what have you.
Drawing
and different type of sculpture. So there's different ways, and music therapy goes with that as well. So we find different ways to help our veterans. So that's another.
Okay, that's another topic. So today, we want to talk about Black boys and mental health. Why this topic is important?
Well, first, I was once a Black boy. So I've experienced not having a place to go. I also have Black boys who are now Black men, but I raised Black men. But I know that and also I work with Black boys. So I know that we don't have the same opportunities that other our counterparts have, as far as resources and even support in the community support. So it's our responsibility, my responsibility as a Black man, to provide an opportunity for Black boys in underserviced or under-resourced communities to have a place that they can go and to have a community of people to help them express themselves.
Within your organization, do you also have Black boys?
Absolutely. But specifically Black men, Black boys, we don't have the same, in my opinion, the same opportunities that others have because there's a stigma that's placed on us, right? We have also image. We are the face of everything negative, and things that are positive.
It is unfortunate, but it's a reality.
What's the reality?
When you said we are the face of everything that is negative.
Right, yes, because society kind of puts this stigma on us. They're creating a narrative that's not true necessarily. And so I'm here to destroy the negative stereotypes of Black boys and Black men. And I'm here to provide, not just to complain about it, but actually provide opportunities for us to be able to express and to show our power through creativity, through art, and through opportunities.
And before I even consider the questions that I have for you, Mr. Bennett, there is some alarming statistic that I would like to share with the viewers. And I think it's important. According to research, Black people are facing a very mental health crisis. And the statistic is very alarming. Suicide rates. Black youth aged 10 to 19 have seen 54% increase in suicides since 2018 compared to white people.
Wow.
Between 2020, suicides among Black youth aged 10 to 17 jumped by 144%. That's a large number.
You said 2017 to 2020.
Between 2007 and 2020.
Wow.
Mental health disparities. Black adolescents are significantly less likely to receive mental health care services due to practical, systemic, and cultural barriers to treatment. About 47% of Black Americans under 18 might have a mental health problem, but many face obstacles like stigma, affordability concern, and lack of Medicaid accepting providers. The risk factors. Black teens face cultural challenges that can adversely impact mental health, including racial discrimination. The experience of racial discrimination can lead to a feeling of hopelessness and depression. According to research, there is a 39% of Black high school students experience a persistent feeling of sadness. And there is a 42% increase from 2009.
I think some of those statistics may feel like a leap, a jump, an increase, but I think that it's probably because, it was probably always there. We in the Black community, we just wasn't dealing with it.
Are you trying to say it probably was overlooked?
Yes, I think it was overlooked. I think that wasn't a thing that we did in our community back in the days. I know growing up, we didn't therapy and dealing with depression. These words weren't even used in our community, at least in my personal experience. And I think a lot of people out there would probably agree with what I'm saying. And I didn't do the research to back that up. But I know that just from my experience that we didn't talk about dealing with depression, anxiety, PTSD, therapy.
Because there was a serious stigma attached to it.
Right.
And, back in the day, especially for young Black men, we were told that we have to be strong.
Suck it up.
And if you were to complain about depression, they probably will ask you, what the heck you talking about?
Right. What depression is, there's a misconception of what that is. There's different types of depression. There's having being depressed because of a reaction to something is one thing, but then having a chemical imbalance in your brain is another thing. Where you suffer from, you can be feeling fine experiencing life beautifully, and then suddenly you just have your brain just this chemically change and switches to feeling down, and then it comes out different ways. It comes out as anger, it comes out as sadness, it comes out as different methods. So you may not recognize it. If you see someone acting angry, you think that they just have a anger management problem, but that could be a sign of depression. Yes. So we have to really look at the statistics and analyze and assess how long have we been feeling this, and if so, one, it was probably there before, we just didn't know it. And two, now that we know, what do we do about it? Now that we know that this is what we're dealing with, what do we do as a community?
That's the most important question. Right. What do we do about it?
Because we can complain about it, so that's what Art of Valor is.
If you were to answer to that question, what will be your answer?
I was about to get into it. So I have another project that I was in development in the past, and it's on hold right now, but I will regenerate this project. It's called Project Manhood. The word project is a acronym. It stands for Providing Real Opportunities for Juniors Entering Carefully to Manhood. Project Manhood. And it's creating an environment, creating a safe place for Black boys becoming Black men to go to be able to, one, express themselves, two, to deal with the problems they have, be able to be around people that trust and support them, being around other people who are also going through it, having professional workers there who can be there to help them navigate through these different emotions and problems, and then dealing with it and create a community. Create a community.
So one thing that I want to point out to at the beginning, you said that you raise Black men.
Yes.
And you raise two of them with your beautiful wife, Lisa. Don't you think having the presence of two parents in the household
absolutely
can play a very significant role into bringing healthy children?
Absolutely. But before I elaborate on that, let me say that it doesn't mean that single parents cannot raise.
Yeah.
We want to make that clear. I definitely know plenty of strong single parents, both male and female, who have raised successful Black men and Black women. But with that being said, to answer your question, absolutely, I think that having two parents in the household, two balanced human beings in the household, does help with that. I was raised by both my mother and father. They were together till death do they part, and so I know from personal experience as a man, and I have two brothers, so I'm the youngest of three. So I have two older brothers, and my father and mother raised us, and so I use them as a template. So now that I'm with my wife and we raised two boys, it was very important that they had a strong foundation of two household parents. And so yes, to answer your question, I do think so.
Okay, so let me continue with the statistic. Economic inequality, financial hardship, and living in impoverished conditions can increase stress and limit access to mental health resources. Community violence is also important to consider. According to research, exposure to violence can lead to trauma, which is a significant risk factor for suicidal thoughts and behavior. Access to care. Black Americans historically have been mistreated by the healthcare community, resulting in deep-rooted mistrust of the system. Only 4% of psychologists in the U.S. are Black.
Well, there you go.
We need more trained Black professionals to work with those Black boys.
Specifically men.
Yes.
And that is the reason why I have a master's in social work, for what you just said. And it's important. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine recently, and we talked about, and I grew up in the 70s and 80s in Flatbush, Brooklyn, New York. And we saw all kinds of violence. We saw all kinds of death coming up. And it was just our norm. And then now that we're older and we're you know, we have our families and we moved and we in certain neighborhoods now, we're like, that wasn't normal. That's not something that we should have been used to, but yet we were. You know, you know, I was used to hearing gunshots in the distance to the point where, you know, when you hear the average person hear gunshots, they immediately react. I got to the point where I didn't even react quick enough. You know, I'm just like, hear it, you say, oh. And then to the point where I'm in Iraq.
It's like you were accustomed.
Yeah, I'm in Iraq hearing mortar rounds and gunshots in the back, and everybody's ducking, and I'm like, oh, I guess I should be ducking now. You know, like my reaction time is slower because my brain was so used to hearing, and that's not normal.
Definitely.
Our black boys should not be used to hearing gunshots.
Or to even be a victim.
Yes. Well, that's a whole nother.
Of gunshots.
Yes, absolutely.
And unfortunately, so it's like we have our boys way too often have access to gun.
Yes.
And as a result to that, so they will end up into committed crime. And before even know it, so, you know, they will be going to jail and prison further down.
Yeah, and then, you know, the thing is, we have to create an environment where they see opportunities or see alternatives to that type of life. We don't have enough visual examples for them to look at. And a lot of times when you're talking to, if you talk to a young man on the street who's making a lot of money from selling drugs, he's making a lot of money, and then you come in, why don't you just stop that and get a job? He's gonna look at you like you're crazy. It's like, all this money I make, like I make more in a week than you make in a year.
I hear that all the time.
Right. So one, we have to change the narrative that one, the money is first and the foremost, the most important thing. That's the problem. It's yeah, money is good, and money, of course, we all want to make money. We all want to be, but that kind of money is, but it's also the quality of life.
That's the most important.
Yeah, it's like the quality of life. Like you know, your head is on a swivel all the time. You always look over your shoulder. You know, that's one thing. Two, you want something that's secure. You want something, and I'm not here to push, go work for the white man type thing. You know, I'm not saying that either, because I understand the concept of going and working from 9 to 5, killing yourself. You know, working 48 hours, 50 hours a week. You know, and then you making no money. Yeah, and you're tired all the time, and you're just looking forward to it.
But there is no quality of life while you are out there selling drugs or involved in criminal activities.
There's a balance. There's somewhere in the middle we have to meet, because I don't think either one is the right answer. Because
I remember, you know, I had a conversation with a boy once. He likes, you know, high-end brand clothes.
Right.
And I'm like, then what's the point for you to get involved into what you're getting involved, to be able to dress to impress, while you can dress to impress for 6 months and you spend another 5 or 8 years in prison?
Right. Yeah, exactly. But they're not thinking about the prison. Like no one thinks, they don't get into anything.
But prison will come.
Right.
You know,
you and I know that.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, you and I know that. But if you're talking to somebody who's living that lifestyle, they're not thinking, I'm gonna get caught and go to prison. They don't think about that. And that's the thing. We gotta have our young men think about the bigger picture, think about all the possibilities, think about, you know, long term, you know, and you know, so like, for example, in schools, schools are not teaching us about financial literacy. Schools are not teaching us about how to be entrepreneurs, how to start your own business. That's the kind of mindset. So yes, I don't want to just tell our boys, go work for somebody and make that company more money while you get paid chicken scratch. I also don't want to tell them that selling drugs is the answer. So somewhere in the middle, we got to teach them, and you know, how to go about starting their own business.
Well, Mr. Bennett, I may not encourage you to go and work for somebody for your entire life.
Right.
But if you didn't have a family member, you know, who had left you some
Right, you gotta start somewhere.
You have to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
If working for somebody for 5 years or 3 years or 2 years, that's what I need to get where I am to start my business, then I'll do it.
Well, let me tell you something. I came up with my own acronym for what JOB stands for. JOB stands for Jumpstart Our Business. So use the job to fund and the time to research your business and take part of your job money, put it to the side and start to build your business while you work for sale.
Exactly.
So that's what to me a job is jump in our business. So you could think of it on that sense that take a job, work for I'm not gonna mention any companies, but work for whoever, fill in the blank for a while, and then you use that money to build
and start with your own. Sometimes I hear boys who say, I want to start a business. I don't want to go to college. I don't have any problem.
Right.
Because college is not for everybody.
Right.
If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you have other area or avenue that you want to embrace, by all means, do so. But you have to have a plan.
Right. Exactly.
Because you cannot say, you know what, I want to engage into business, but what's the plan to start?
Exactly. And that's where the financial literacy comes in. That's where the entrepreneurial workshops and classes come in. And they're not getting that in school. So back to your first question, what do we do about it? That's what Project Manhood is all about. Project Manhood is set up so that Black boys can learn these skills, these trades, learning how to be carpenters, learning how to be plumbers, learning how to be electricians, learning how to start their own business, learning financial literacy, learning how to build a family, learning these different things. What does it mean to be a man? What does that mean? That's another thing that we got to talk about. Being a man is the way society structures being a man is what we do, not who we are. When you ask the average person, what does it mean to be a man? A lot of things they say is, it's about protection, provide and protect. Okay, yes, that's great. But that is a thing that we do. That is a action. But what does it mean to be a man? Having integrity. I don't hear that being spoken about. Being honest, being someone you can trust. Being somebody who knows how to deal with his emotions, emotional intelligence, learning how to communicate. These things is what it means to be men. And then the provide and protect thing is secondary. If you can't take care of yourself.
Because you cannot be a man without being a human being.
Yeah, if you can't even take care of yourself, health, being healthy, that's part of being a man. Not being on the app, taking drugs and doing this, eating anything, putting anything in your mouth and eating it. It's about eating healthy, going to the gym. It's about being, mental health, maintaining your mental health, being able to be emotionally intelligent, being able to communicate with women in a way that's healthy. This is what being a man is. And that's what Project Manhood is about. And that's what Art of Valor is about.
Okay. So when did you start that nonprofit?
Art of Valor started this time last year, November of last year, and we're now trying to get it off the ground. I have something coming up in December 7th. I have a art and wealth expo. It's a class. It's not even a class. It's like we're getting together on Zoom, and we're going to do some. It's about gratitude. The theme of everyone is going to be a theme. So this one is a theme about having gratitude. So we're doing it through art. And then I'm teaming up with one of my partners. Her name is Sally Pinto, and she is a financial advisor. And she's so the first hour is going to be art. Second hour is going to be about wealth. Give her wealth tips about financial literacy and stuff.
So do you have some therapists on board as well?
Yes. Yeah, it's good.
I know yourself, you're a social worker,
yes.
But beside you,
yes,
do you have anybody else?
So if you go on www.artofvalor.org, that's my website. You can check it out. You'll see everybody who's a part of our project. Again, this is the early stages of it, so we're building.
Okay.
So we're building our team as we speak. So, but I have my team on there. You just go to the About page, and you can see my team.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
That's very important, and we need that because we cannot keep on losing our voice.
Yeah.
Just like that. You know Brooklyn, and I know Brooklyn, like the East New York area.
Yeah.
So
I grew up in Flatbush.
Ever since I came to this country, that area always has a name.
Right.
As not being a good area.
Yeah.
And have been in this country for 21 years by now. Can you imagine?
Right.
The time before I came, it was like that. While I came, and until today.
Right.
People are still talking about, like when you consider Brownsville, East New York, and a lot of other crazy places in New York. So those are two names are the ones that I can remember. But there are other bad areas in New York where the violence is really significant.
Right.
And every day, so we got our young boy, involved into madness while, they themselves are seeking for help or are in need for help,
Right.
but they don't know where to go.
Right. Well, that's what we're here for. That's what it is. See, I'm all about not only just pointing out the problems, but providing a solution. It's all about, doing your part. That's the only part I can control is creating these programs, creating these opportunities for us to have a place for us to go.
Okay, so let's consider statistics by age group. Black children over 13 are twice as likely to die by suicide compared to white kids. Suicide is the second leading cause of death for Black children aged 10 and 14, and third for those between the age of 15 and 19. In 2021, Black males aged 15 to 24 had a suicide rate of 18.3 per 1,000 compared to 25.6 per 100,000 of Black of white males in the same age group. So it's a very serious situation, and it cannot be taken lightly.
Absolutely not.
No. My questions are, Mr. Bennett, what are some common mental health challenges faced by Black men, if you were to list any?
As we mentioned, some of them, depression is one. That's the main one that we don't talk enough about, which leads to anger. I think a lot of our Black boys, Black men are angry. They may not even know why, and it's based on this is an overused word, but I'm going to use it because I think it's accurate. Trauma, right? There's a lot of trauma that we go through, and we just ignore it. And I don't want to use the word.
Whenever addressed.
Yeah, we don't address it. And we just say, oh, here we go with this word again. Here we go with this mental. Like a lot of this stuff that we're talking about are buzzwords now. They're popular buzzwords, but it's still a reality, regardless if it's a buzzword or not. Trauma, anxiety, right? So when we deal with anxiety, we talk about worrying about the future. We deal with depression, we talk about worrying about the past. So we got our Black boys worried about what happened, ruminating on things that have happened in the past and have not addressed it. Then we're dealing with our Black boys worried about the future. They don't see themselves in the future. They don't know what their future is going to be like. So they're dealing with things now in the moment, like selling drugs or whatever. And also, I don't want to create a narrative that that's all our Black boys do. We're going to talk about the other side as well.
So that's to tap on the negative aspects.
Yes.
Because sometimes, we see our young Black boys get involved in criminal activities just because, they are seeking for help.
Right.
They are crying for help.
Right. But I also want to talk about the other side, right? So there are a lot of Black boys who are not doing that, who are intellectual, who are academic, who are athletes or artists, and those boys don't get any attention. Because a lot of us, rightly so, we put a lot of our attention toward the ones that are going through, the problems. The ones that are actually doing well are neglected in some cases, because it's like, well, he's doing fine. He's all right. We don't need to focus on that. So you have a young child who
balancing things out.
Yeah, you might have a child who's an artist, and he doesn't get the resources or the help that he needs, the community to come in behind him, because they assume that he's gonna be all right. So I want to make sure that we are clear and not creating a narrative that Black boys blanketly are suffering or going through.
Oh no, definitely not.
Well, you and I know that, but I want them to know that we're not saying that it's just about all Black boys are going through. They're criminals and we know it's not true.
Yeah, thank you for the clarification.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah, and it's important that we also give support to those artists, to those academic students, those ones that are excelling, you know, supporting. You get more attention, the dude coming back from prison gets more attention and support from the community than the one that came back from college.